From the Lowcountry Lowline to the new Charleston City Council coming this January, I sit down one-on-one with James Lewis of the Charleston City Council for a special edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And be sure to download the free Quintin's Close-Ups app in your Apple or Google Play stores. Well, Councilman Lewis, it is so good to see you again.
It's good to see you again, Quintin.
Yes, sir.
Always a pleasure.
Likewise.
Thank you.
Well, let me start off with some developing news, and this is the headline from the Post-Courier on Twitter. It says this: Lowcountry Lowline plan for urban park assured after Charleston makes $4.6 million land purchase. Why now for Charleston?
Well, Charleston is a very sought-after city in this part of the country. A lot of people wanting to move to Charleston, so developers looking at Charleston to develop housing and to create businesses and stuff. So you will see this type of things coming about in the city of Charleston.
You talk about development. Let me take you to West Ashley.
Well, one thing I can tell you from this low line,
Okay.
when it came before City Council, we supported it, but we only supported it, and this came from me. I told them I would support it if we would do something to solve the problem with the flooding at the corner of Eugene and King Street.
That's right.
You know, that corner's been flattened for 30, 40 years.
Right.
So along with this development, we want to use some of the TIF money that's going to help this development in other areas of the east side.
Sure.
We're going to get rid of, the city's coming up with a plan to work on the drainage, Eugene and King. So we did really get something for for this neighborhood and for surrounding neighborhoods, and getting rid of what I call a very bad public safety issue when it comes down to flooding on Eugene King.
And you talk about TIF and obviously the Lowlying Park coming there. What in your mind says that it's going to be the future of the east side of Charleston in your mind?
I think the east side of Charleston is going to be there. With the city passing this bond issue,
Right.
we're going to be able to create more affordable housing so people have places to live within the east side. And a lot of the east side, if you look at the east side is made up basically by a bunch of, for African Americans, public housing, and you probably got probably 10-15% of the east side is home ownership, people that own their own homes. So I think the east side will be there.
And you know, as you know, Mitch is working on that. Councilman Mitch, I should say, is also working on affordable housing as well.
Right. And the Housing Authority now is working with the city to make sure that we use this bond money and use it well. Just today, the Housing Authority is setting aside 250 Section 8 certificates to help people once we get these housing built. So people will be able to move in, whether it's housing that the city build itself or whether private developers come in and help and want to provide affordable housing to those who can't afford it. The Housing Authority is setting aside 250 Section 8 certificates. So that's great. So we're moving in the right direction.
Yes, indeed. And you talk about housing. Let me read to you this headline from abcnews4.com. It says this: residents of Campbell Knuckle Mobile Home Park now given extended time to find new home. When you hear that headline, where are you emotionally?
Well, I got a call on last week from Channel 4 and from a resident. Said they were concerned that there were still some citizens living back there, I think 4 or 5 of them, and they just didn't have a place to go. So I recommend the citizen called Gianna Johnson
Right.
from the city, and Gianna were able to negotiate with the landowner to extend the time, and now they're working with those residents to find them a permanent home.
Wow. Now let me get back here to Charleston City Council, because obviously you have a couple of new members coming on. You are the senior member of Charleston City Council. When you think of the new Charleston City Council coming, what sticks out to you?
Well, I knew you got 2-3 new people coming on. I just hope that we can work together for the betterment of the citizens of the city of Charleston. And that's for the common goal, to make sure that the city is taken care of, the citizens are taken care of. And one thing I like about city council is it's no big I, little U.
Right.
No Democrat or Republicans. we all work together for the betterment of the citizens. So I hope this will continue.
And I hate to go backwards, but let me take you back to this past November. Obviously, these elections were very crucial, and you saw some outcomes that were surprising to some. When you look back at that election, what sticks out to you?
Well, in this past election, the mayor got involved with this election. From what I understood, and I think it was something very crazy for him to do, to get an election to support a white female against a black African American who has been on city council for the past 8 years. It just wasn't the right thing to do. But I hope that we could look past that and work together as a whole to make the city a better city to live.
Let me play a little hardball with you, because I'm thinking this, with the new city council, is it possible that city council could now have a strong council, weak mayor initiative going here?
Well, it's a possibility if it's the wishes of council and citizens of the city. We can change, you'll have to petition the Justice Department, but you can change the form of government and hire someone to run the city, and then let the mayor be the mayor. You can hire a city manager. So I don't know, if that's the wishes. I'm just hoping that the mayor will just continue to work with council the way he is doing. We have a good city council, and we worked on some good issues. 2017 has been a good year, and I think 2018 could be better if we all would work together.
And you talk about hirings. Obviously, the city is still without a police chief as well as a fire chief. Where are we with the hiring of those chiefs?
Well, we were looking to get an answer by the end of this month, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen because January is knocking on the door. So I think that we will be facing that and dealing, hopefully sometime in January. We had a lot of applicants that applied for both jobs. And, it takes time. But I think within the next couple of months, I hope that we'll be able to name a police chief and a fire chief.
And as you know, I believe the Novak Consulting firm is no longer affiliated with the city, from what I understand.
Well, Novak wasn't affiliated with the city when it came to hiring a police chief.
Right.
They were hired to do assessment of different departments. Then the mayor wanted them to do look at this police bias thing that what's this little group? Now lost my thought.
The Charleston Area Justice
Ministry wanted to do, but Novak didn't have the experience, so you will see that coming back before council this year in the budget, that we're going to hire someone to do that independent audit.
But how much energy do you have for this?
Oh, I got plenty of energy. I've got 2 more years, and it's going to be 2 hard-working, fun-ful years, and I'm looking forward for us to leave a great legacy, a city with a good budget, city with a strong police and fire department, and a city where all people can live in it, not just the rich and the poor, but those that come and work in the service industry will be able, again, to live within the city, because that's not happening right now. We got a lot of restaurants and hotels, but a lot of people that work in those industries just can't afford to live here. So that's something that we're working on, and hopefully we can bring a few thousand people back into the city of Charleston.
So what is the future of Charleston when you think of it in your mind?
I think Charleston has a great future. It's a very livable city, and people want to live here, and I think we just have to treat our citizens fairly.
Well, Councilman James Lewis, thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate this.
Quintin, thank you, and thank you for the great work that you do.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, sir.
And Happy New Year to you.
And Happy New Year, and we look forward to working with you the next couple of years while I'm still sitting in that seat.
I'll be right here.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.